Good afternoon, everybody. This is the G10 FX cloud chart market review of the G10 currencies of the G10 countries. Today, 16th of December, and we're going to touch on a couple of the currency pairs just to look at it from an Ichimoku cloud chart trading perspective. I'm going to dive straight into the Pro Real-Time application, and we're going to look at the G10 currency pairs. There's the ones we're going to cover today. And we're going to start off with the Australian dollar, US dollar. Now we can see here we've had a tremendous sell-off and a downtrend since the currency sliced through the cloud chart support area there. The cloud is now the new resistance area. We can see these old cloud areas here, the old cloud chart levels that used to be support is now resistance zones. There was another support level at 0.74.1, which is also now a new resistance zone. It used to be a nice support area, but it collapsed through there and is currently testing this 73.31 zone for support. Fail that, we'll be looking at the 72 zone as the next key support area on the daily chart. But overall, the trend is down from an Ichimoku cloud chart perspective. We're testing support, so we could see a rebound here if support holds. If not, we're looking at a further drop down to the 72 level. But so far, not looking too good. The MACD signal, there's a bit of a sell signal there at the support area, so it's absolutely critical to see how it's going to pan out the next couple of days. Is support coming back in at this level or not? And that could change for a short-term relief rally back up to the bottom end of the cloud. Let me get my annotation here. So this area, pen, there we go. So this area here is where we're now looking at support from this cloud chart support zone. So if we see a rebound here, we could see a rebound back up to the bottom end of the cloud here, and then further down, or even it can try and retest the 75 area there. But overall, the cloud here is now indicating that we have a downtrend in place because the front end of the cloud is down. Price actions below the cloud, that's negative. And so that is absolutely key. Okay, so jumping on to the next one. Oh, sorry, let's just touch on the weekly chart. Yeah, it's also important to see what's happening with the weekly chart. Very interesting, this 73.31 area is significant support area. It's the bottom end of the weekly cloud. So watch very closely the next couple of days if we see that rebound here, because this is a significant cloud chart support area. If we break that level, then we're going to go back down to the next area of support, which is at the bottom end of the old cloud chart support zone there. So from a weekly perspective, very critical to see for support come back in at this level. If not, we're going to head down. But currently, we've had we are looking at generating a sell signal here on a cloud chart basis as well, on a weekly cloud chart. Okay, so this level, watch this 73.31 area very closely over the next couple of days. Okay, Euro US dollar. Here's a very interesting story. The front end of the cloud is already indicating that we're now still locked in the long-term downtrend as measured by the weekly cloud. This 105 area was significant support area, and it's almost like the ECB has been buying up everything it can at that level. But still, it collapsed through there. Now it's 104.69, and if we can see that support area, it's broken a significant support area on a weekly cloud chart basis. So we now in kind of uncharted territory for a while, and we could see further downside in the euro. But overall, the trend is still down since the price action is taking place below the cloud. The cloud is significant resistance area, and it remains a sell since it broke through the October cloud chart support zone. So still looking very, very weak here on a cloud chart perspective. Let's look at sterling, pound sterling here. Daily cloud here is looking, fighting desperately for support here at the top end of the market here, you know. Desperately fighting for support there. The top end of the cloud is significant support area. It's trying to find support at 124.61. The bottom of the cloud is the next key resistance zone, so that's the other area where we could see some problems. But certainly, yeah, the front end of the cloud is still indicating that we have some weakness there. But we are looking at, we are looking at some weakness here, and we could see the bottom end of the cloud here for support. Okay, still looking weak. The weekly cloud price action is still below the cloud, so we're here and still in a long-term downtrend is in place here. 122, 128 is a key. This 122 is a key support zone. We expect that to be retested there. So we're looking at that area as the next area. So we can see this 114, 115, the Brexit news low. That can still be tested quite easily. Okay, we're in uncharted territories here. If we go to the monthly, we can see an entirely new area, and we are looking at lows not seen since 85 and 87. So we are in very, very long-term, long-term downtrend. Okay. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Yeah, we had a nice little rebound from old cloud chart support zone, rallied back up to the bottom in the cloud, resistance remained in place, and now we're back down to square one, back down to retesting the 69 or 70 support area here. We're back retesting this area to see if we'll see a rebound there. So watch it very closely for any type of candlestick that give you indication that this might be a rebound in place. But overall, we've had a cloud chart sell signal earlier. Yeah, below the cloud, price actions below the cloud, long-term outlook is still negative with these cloud chart levels. Yeah, you can see these lines as significant resistance areas. Okay, but we a sort of swing trade might be a rebound from back up here. Let's annotate that. See, could go further like that, and then grind higher to there, and then continue its downtrend. So that's kind of the cycle that we could see in the current New Zealand US dollar scenario. But note the 70 area has a significant support area, and that's you can pull that across right through. So you could be a buy around here with profit taking at the bottom of the cloud. So that's kind of the short-term swing trade, so to speak. Okay. If we look at the weekly chart here, also looking weak. MACD sell signal here, drifting low, and we're going to drift back down to the 69 zone, which is the top end of the cloud. Yeah, you can see that's the next key support zone. Fail that, we'll look at the bottom end of the cloud there at 67. So we're very close to a key support area. So watch it very closely to see if there's a short-term technical rebound. But so far, we're on our way to test that 67 and 69 support areas on a weekly chart. Where does that fit in? 67, yes, and 69. We are busy testing the 69 one all on its way very closely, and then the 67 level, and as well as this cloud chart level here at 68. So watch, it's got a couple of steps to hit, but we know that these are the big weekly chart, cloud chart support targets for the New Zealand US dollar. US dollar CAD, yeah, had a sell signal in the MACD up here, so that was a pretty nice trade. Raced downhill, sliced through the top end of the cloud support zone, then rebounded from the bottom end of the cloud, and we're now right back through the top end of the cloud. So quite a volatile session the last couple of days. It's critical to see if the top end of the cloud here is going to remain a key support area, but we can see also the front end of the cloud here at 132.91 is a major support zone, so we could see a rebound from that area. But critical time now is this test of the support here on the top end of the cloud, so we could see a further rebound from that area. Weekly cloud rebounded from the bottom end of the cloud, now grinding higher towards the top end of the cloud here. So watch the 135.76 area on a weekly cloud to see if that is the next key resistance zone. Okay, but so far short term up towards that resistance zone, and then we could see the downtrend then resume. So on the daily, back to the daily, just to see there, critical week to see if support's going to hold there. If not, then we're going back down to the bottom end of the cloud. Okay, but so far looking at a rebound trade from that area back up to 135.76 for that type trade there. US dollar Swiss franc is now fighting very, very old resistance zones. We can see these resistance areas come from the January highs, and we could see a consolidation at these areas. They're incidentally quite strong weekly resistance zones as well. So we're at the upper end of a weekly trading resistance range. So we could see some short-term consolidation if we don't manage to break out of that resistance zone. Okay. US dollar Danish krona. Oops, that off. So yeah, we can see we have once again fighting old weekly cloud chart resistance areas. Well, old highs, not so much cloud chart resistance, old highs as key resistance. We can see there's a triple top formation there. It's fighting to break past there. But so far, the front end of the cloud indicate nice uptrend in place. You just buy the pullbacks and you go short these rallies as they become extended. Short-term retracement possible back down to the top end of the cloud. Yes, we could see that chart formation making that move. We just do that for example. We can as it can go up. Okay, but this is a critical resistance area that it needs to break past. Right, let's go and look at the US dollar yen. Very nice here. We've had a fantastic buy signal at the bottom here from a cloud chart and MACD perspective. A tremendous rally. Quite a big chunk of points there traded. The 116, 117, and 118 is the major resistance zones coming from the cloud chart levels here. So we could see there might be a consolidation coming soon as we're getting close to 119, 119 spot 43 as the next key area to test. But I would do think that we should see some form of short-term consolidation simply because this rally is just very, very steep. Okay. Looking at the, so from a daily cloud chart perspective, we are close to major resistance areas, but you will remain in the trade as it blasts past these key areas. And then the ultimate target here would be that 120 top on a daily chart. What's the weekly chart telling us? Fantastic breakout past cloud chart resistance here. And the 120.92 is a daily and weekly resistance area, and that's probably the next target where we would be taking profit off the table. But so far, a very strong rally, and we could see a retest of this top end of the cloud for support now if there's any kind of consolidation. But so far, so good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up weeks. We might have a 7th up week just to touch that 120 resistance area, which comes from the significant cloud chart resistance that we had back in March, April, May, and June, July. So it's going to retest those resistance areas. Okay, but a nice, lovely trade here, even on a weekly basis. MACD buy signal gave a nice trade here at the bottom end of the cloud. Okay. Norwegian krona also struggling on its way to fight old highs, rebounded from the bottom end of the cloud, then moved higher, broke past the top end of the cloud, and now we found support at the top end of the cloud. So far, so good. The front end of the cloud is indicating that we are somewhat in a downtrend. So this resistance area here that's now broken, we could see that being retested for support, but that's a significant resistance area which could act as significant support to support the rally back up to the 8.99 level. Okay, so we look at from a daily perspective, you could see that cloud chart resistance there, it's very close to it, so we could see a consolidation up here, back down to retest the top end of the cloud here support zone, but so far watching very closely for a breakout past that 71 zone, because that will take you to the 9 level. Okay, as we've now seen on the weekly cloud. Yeah. All right. That 8.9935 is the next target there. And the last one, US dollar SEK. Yeah, nice steady uptrend on the daily basis. We've had a lovely rebound here, a breakout past the cloud here. If we go back to June, Then a rally, pulled back to the top end of the cloud, didn't find support there, found it in the bottom end of the cloud, rally broke out of that cloud trading range, and only to have a very, very strong rally up, supported by the front end of the cloud, indicating that we've had a strong rally there with the cloud remaining as support. Okay, where's the next level of resistance? So we are somewhat in uncharted territory here, so it needs to go and find it. So we might still see some form of resistance coming in as the rally becomes rather extended or long in the tooth. So watch out very closely for key reversal here, or if it pulls back the top end of the cloud, that could be the next entry point for another leg up. But so far, very strong trend, a lovely trade as it broke through the cloud here and rebounded from the cloud and moving higher. We had a nice buy signal here and another cloud chart buy signal back here. So far, a nice strong performance from US dollar SEK. Okay, so those are all the G10 currencies. Interesting one, the euro still struggling with the 104 level, and sterling also at a critical level. So I would be watching those two very closely, as well as the US dollar yen for any kind of type pullback in consolidation of that move. Okay, everybody, until next time, happy trading. Thanks for that.